Our objective in this lesson is to determine the trigonometric ratios of special angles. Let's have a quick review of our previous lesson. Determine the following. Let us recall SOHCAHTOA. So we have sine, and sine is opposite, over hypotenuse. Sine t, here is angle t. Opposite is 4, hypotenuse is 5, so we have 4 over 5. Next one, we have tangent t, and tangent is TOA, opposite over adjacent. Here is t again, opposite is 4, adjacent is 3, so this is 4 over 3. Cosine A and cosine is ka, adjacent over hypotenuse. This time here is our angle. This is angle A. Adjacent is 4. Hypotenuse is 5. So cosine A equals 4 over 5. And the last one is cotangent A. Cotangent A is the reciprocal of tangent A. So if we're going to look for tangent A, TOA, that would be opposite over adjacent. Reciprocal of that, adjacent over opposite. So this is equal to 4 over 3. Let us also recall the Pythagorean theorem. The Pythagorean theorem states that in a right triangle, the square of the length of the hypotenuse, this is side C in this figure, is equal to the sum of the square of the lengths of the legs. We have here legs A and B. In mathematical sentence, this is C squared equals A squared plus B squared. If we are missing one side, let us say side A, then the formula will become A squared is equal to C squared minus B squared. If we are missing B, then it will become B squared is equal to C squared minus A squared. Remember that the hypotenuse is the longest side of the triangle, and it is the side opposite the 90-degree angle. We have what we call special right triangles. These are the 45, 45, 90 degrees triangle, and we also have the 30, 60, 90 degrees triangle. Let's start with 45, 45, 90 degrees triangle. It is also known as the isosceles right triangle. It is isosceles because the two legs are congruent. It is right because there is a right angle. It measures 90 degrees. Now, the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. If this is 90 degrees, there is a remaining 90 degrees divided by 2. Then each one of these angles measure 45 degrees. Since this is a right triangle, this satisfies the Pythagorean theorem. Isosceles right triangle also has a theorem. It says that the length of the hypotenuse is square root of 2 times the length of a leg. Let us prove this. I have here an isosceles right triangle with no sides given. Let me represent this side as x. If this is x, since this is isosceles, then this side is also x. Now, to solve for the missing side, which is the hypotenuse in this case, we're going to make use of the Pythagorean theorem. A and B are both x in here. So we have c squared is equal to x squared plus x squared. X squared plus x squared is 2x squared. To solve for the value of c, we're going to extract square roots of both sides. So this will cancel out. And then here is square root of 2x squared. We can factor out x, bring it outside. So what remains inside the radicand symbol is 2. So we have x is square root of 2. This is the measure of the hypotenuse. And this is correct because it says here the length of the hypotenuse is a square root of 2 times the length of a leg. Our leg measures x, multiply it with square root of 2, we have x is square root of 2. This is the length of the hypotenuse. It is also good to note that in an isosceles right triangle, the sides are in the ratio x is to x is to x is square root of 2. It means if we are given one side, the other side measures the same. And for the hypotenuse, simply multiply one side by square root of 2. Let's have an activity. Easy peasy. Solve for the missing sides. If this is 5, then this is also 5. Now, the hypotenuse, simply multiply one side by square root of 2. So, 5 is square root of 2. Here we are given the hypotenuse. So, the side would be equal to 3. Since they are congruent, this is also equal to 3. One side is 8, then the other side is also 8. The hypotenuse is 8 is square root of 2. Now, again, we are given hypotenuse, so one side will be 9. The other side is also 9. Since you have mastered already determining the missing sides, let us solve for 6 trigonometric ratios of 45, 45, 90 degrees triangle. I have here a triangle, 45, 45, then this would be 90 degrees. Only one side is given. We can easily solve for the missing sides. The other leg is also 16. And then the hypotenuse is 16 is square root of 2. Again, the hypotenuse is the side opposite the 90-degree angle. Let us also recall our SOHCAHTOA. Let's start with sine 45. You may use any of the two 45 degrees here. It doesn't matter. It will give you the same answer. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Look at 45 degrees. Opposite is 16. Hypotenuse is 16 square root of 2. So we have 16 divided by 16 is square root of 2. 16 and 16 here will cancel out, leaving us 1 in the numerator. So this will be 1 over square root of 2. You have learned how to rationalize. We're going to multiply this by square root of 2, both numerator and denominator. 1 times square root of 2 is square root of 2. While square root of 2 times square root of 2 is simply 2. So square root of 2 over 2. Next one, we have cosine 45. Cosine is ka, so adjacent over hypotenuse. 45 degrees, adjacent side, 16 over hypotenuse, 16 square root of 2. Again, 16 here will cancel out, so we have 1 over square root of 2. Rationalize this, multiplied by square root of 2 over square root of 2. So this will be 1 times square root of 2, that is square root of 2, and square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2. So square root of 2 over 2, just like sine 45 degrees. Next one, tangent 45 degrees. Tangent is TOA, opposite divided by adjacent. So this is 45, opposite is 16 divided by adjacent 16. And 16 over 16 is equal to 1. Let's continue. Cosecant 45 degrees. Cosecant, once again, is just the reciprocal of sine. So we're going to interchange the numerator and the denominator. This will become 16 square root of 2 over 16. 16 and 16 will cancel out, leaving us square root of 2 over 1, or simply square root of 2. Next one, we have secant 45 degrees, the reciprocal of cosine. So let us interchange this. 16 and 16. Also, square root of 2 over 1 is square root of 2. And the last one, we have the cotangent 45 degrees. It is the reciprocal of tangent. So, 16 over 16 equal to 1. Let's have another example. This time we are given the hypotenuse. Why? Why is this the hypotenuse? This is the side in between the two congruent angles. So if this is 7 square root of 2, then one side must be 7. Since this is an isosceles triangle, then this side is also 7. Let us start. Sine 45. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse. 7 and 7 will cancel out. So we have 1 in the numerator over square root of 2. Rationalize. 1 times square root of 2 is square root of 2. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2. Next one, cosine 45 degrees. Cosine is adjacent 7 over hypotenuse. 7 over 7 square root of 2. 7 and 7 will cancel out. This will also give us 1 over square root of 2. Rationalize, simplify, square root of 2 over 2. Next one, tangent 45 degrees. Tangent is TOA, opposite over adjacent. So 7 over 7, and that is equal to 1. Let's continue. Cosecant 45 degrees, the reciprocal of sine 45 degrees. Let us interchange this. Cancel out 7. So we have square root of 2 over 1. Simplify is square root of 2. Next one is secant 45 degrees, reciprocal of cosine 45 degrees. Let us invert this. 7 square root of 2 over 7. 7 and 7 will cancel out. Again, square root of 2 over 1 or square root of 2. And the last one, cotangent 45 degrees. This is the reciprocal of tangent 45 degrees, so 7 over 7 still, and that is equal to 1. Now, let us combine our answer earlier and our answer now. Did you notice anything? Good. Sine 45 degrees, for instance, is square root of 2 over 2. The sine 45 degrees in this triangle is also square root of 2 over 2. And it is the same thing for the remaining trigonometric ratios. Even though we have different measures of the triangles, we still have the same answer for the 6 trigonometric ratios of 45 degrees. And why is that? Because trigonometric ratios of special angles do not depend on the measurement of the sides. Let us proceed with the next special triangle, the 30, 60, 90 degrees triangle. So I have here a triangle. The only given is this angle, which is 30 degrees. If this is 30 degrees and this is 90 degrees, and the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180, then it follows that this angle is 60 degrees. Check it. 60 degrees plus 30 degrees is 90 degrees, plus 90 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Now, let us say that the measurement of this side is 1. What I am going to do now is to create a congruent triangle with this one. So I'm going to extend this line here, same measure, and I'm going to close to form another triangle. If this is 90 degrees, then this is also 90 degrees. If this is 30 degrees, then this is also 30 degrees. If this is 60 degrees, then this is also 60 degrees. Now, if this side measures 1 unit, then this side also measures 1 unit. In total, this is 2 units. Now, 60 degrees, 60 degrees, 60 degrees. This is an equiangular triangle. If it is equiangular, then it is also equilateral. So if this side measures 2 units, then this side is also 2 units, and this side is also 2 units. Now I'm going to remove my extension. And notice that the only missing side is the side opposite 60 degrees. Now, to solve for the missing side, I'm going to make use of the Pythagorean theorem. Since one of the leg is missing, let me use b squared is equal to c squared minus a squared. C is the hypotenuse, that is the one opposite 90 degrees, so that would be 2. And A is one leg given, and that is 1. So I have 2 squared minus 1 squared. 2 squared is 4, 1 squared is 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. To solve for the value of b, let us extract square roots on both sides. So the radicand symbol and this 2 exponent here will cancel out. And this one will still be is square root of 3. It means this side, the one opposite 60 degrees, is square root of 3. 30, 60, 90 degrees triangle also has its theorem. And it states that the hypotenuse is twice the length of the shorter leg. Let us prove that. The hypotenuse is twice the leg of the shorter leg. The shorter leg is the one opposite 30 degrees. Twice of 1 is 2, and that is our hypotenuse. So this statement is correct. 1 times 2 is 2. And the longer leg, the one opposite 60 degrees, is square root of 3 times the length of the shorter leg. So again, we are dependent on the shorter leg. This time, we simply have to multiply our shorter leg with square root of 3. And 1 times square root of 3 is square root of 3. So this is also correct. It is also good to remember that the sides of 30, 60, 90 degrees triangle are always in the ratio 1 is to square root of 3 is to 2. So the shorter leg, multiply it with square root of 3, that will be the longer leg. And then twice of the shorter leg is the hypotenuse. Let's have an activity. Solve my missing sides. I have 3 triangles here. So on the first triangle, the given is opposite 30 degrees, meaning this is the shorter leg. If this is 13, to solve for the longer leg, we simply have to multiply this by square root of 3. So the longer leg will be 13 square root of 3. Now, the hypotenuse, remember this is the side opposite 90 degrees, is twice of the shorter leg. So, 13 times 2 is 26. Here, we are given the one opposite 90 degrees. We are given the measurement of the hypotenuse. So, to solve for the shorter leg, we simply have to divide this by 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. So let us check it. If you have the shorter leg, multiply it by 2, then you will have the hypotenuse. And 7 times 2 is 14. So 7 here is correct. For the longer leg, we simply have to multiply the shorter leg by square root of 3. So this is 7 is square root of 3. For the last triangle, this time we are given the longer leg. The longer leg is the leg opposite 60 degrees. To solve for the shorter leg, we simply have to remove square root of 3. So this is 18. If you now have the shorter leg, multiply this by 2. 18 times 2 is 36. That is now your hypotenuse. Now that you have mastered already solving for the missing sides of 30, 60, and 90 degrees triangle, let us solve for the 6 trigonometric ratios of 30 degrees. I have here a triangle. Only one side is given. This side is what? Opposite 30 degrees. This is the shorter side. So if you have the shorter side, multiply it by 2, you will now have the hypotenuse. Where is the hypotenuse? This side or this side? The hypotenuse is the side in between 30 and 60 degrees angle. 150 times 2 is 300. For the longer leg, 150 times is square root of 3. Let us start with sine 30 degrees. Here is 30 degrees. Sine is so, opposite over hypotenuse. So 150 over 300. We can simplify this. This is 1 half. Next one, cosine 30 degrees. 30 degrees, cosine is ka, adjacent, over hypotenuse. 150 square root of 3 over 300. We can simplify this further. This will become square root of 3 over 2. Next one, we have tangent 30 degrees. Tangent is TOA. Opposite over adjacent. 150 over 150 is square root of 3. 150 will cancel out. So we have 1 over is square root of 3. Rationalize, multiply with square root of 3 over square root of 3. So 1 times square root of 3 is square root of 3. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 is simply 3. So final answer, square root of 3 over 3. Let's continue. We have cosecant 30 degrees, the reciprocal of sine 30 degrees. So this is 300 over 150. And 300 over 150 is equal to 2. Next one, we have the secant 30 degrees, reciprocal of cosine. So this will be 300 over 150 is square root of 3. 300 and 150 can be simplified. That is 2 over is square root of 3. Rationalize, multiply both numerator and denominator by square root of 3. So 2 is square root of 3 over 3. And the last one, we have cotangent 30 degrees. Reciprocal of tangent 30 degrees. Let us invert this. 150 square root of 3 over 150. 150 here will cancel out. So we have square root of 3 over 1, or simply is square root of 3. Let's have another example. This time, the side given is the one opposite 60 degrees, meaning this is the longer leg. If this is the longer leg, to solve for the shorter leg, simply remove the square root of 3. So this will be 33. Now, for the hypotenuse, the one opposite 90 degrees, multiply this by 2. 33 times 2 is 66. Let's start. Sine 30 degrees. Here is 30 degrees opposite 33 over hypotenuse 66. Simplify. This is equal to 1/2. Next one, cosine 30 degrees. 30 degrees cosine is ka, adjacent over the hypotenuse. 33 and 66, we have 1/2. So it will become square root of 3 over 2. Next one, tangent 30 degrees. Tangent is TOA. Opposite over adjacent. 33 here will cancel out. So we have 1 over square root of 3. Rationalize, simplify, square root of 3 over 3. Let us continue. Cosecant 30 degrees is the reciprocal of sine 30 degrees. 66 over 33. And that is equal to 2. Next one, secant 30 degrees, reciprocal of cosine 30 degrees. 66 divided by 33 is square root of 3. 66 and 33 is equal to 2, so we have 2 over is square root of 3. Rationalize, simplify, 2 is square root of 3 over 3. Last one, we have the cotangent 30 degrees, reciprocal of tangent 30 degrees. That is 33 square root of 3 over 33. 33 and 33 will cancel out. So we have square root of 3 over 1 is square root of 3. Now, let us combine the answers that we had earlier, just like what we did in 45 degrees, and compare the values of the 6 trigonometric ratios. What did you notice? Same thing, even if we have the different measurements of the two triangles, the values of 6 trigonometric ratios remain the same. That is because trigonometric ratios of special angles do not depend on the measurement of the sides. Let us proceed with the 6 trigonometric ratios of 60 degrees. I have here a triangle. The given side is the one opposite 30 degrees. So meaning this is the shorter leg. So to solve for the longer leg, the one opposite 60 degrees, we simply have to multiply this by square root of 3. For the hypotenuse, simply multiply the shorter leg by 2, and 6 times 2 is equal to 12. Let's start. Sine 60 degrees. Sine is so. Opposite over hypotenuse. Here is 60 degrees. Opposite. 6 is square root of 3 over hypotenuse, which is 12. 6 and 12 can be simplified. So I have square root of 3 over 2. Next, let's have cosine 60 degrees. Cosine is ka adjacent over hypotenuse. Simplify. 6 over 12 is equal to 1/2. Next one, we have tangent 60 degrees. Tangent is TOA. Opposite over adjacent. 6 and 6 will cancel out. Square root of 3 over 1 is square root of 3. Cosecant 60 degrees. Reciprocal. 12 over 6 is square root of 3. 12 divided by 6 is 2, so I have 2 over square root of 3. Rationalize square root of 3 over square root of 3. Simplify 2 is square root of 3 over 3. Secant 60 degrees. Let's get the reciprocal of the cosine. 12 over 6. 12 divided by 6 is equal to 2. And the last one is cotangent 60 degrees. Reciprocal of tangent, so it will be 6 over 6 is square root of 3. 6 and 6 will cancel out. So we have 1 over square root of 3. Rationalize. Simplify square root of 3 over 3. Let's have another example for 60 degrees. This time the given is hypotenuse. This is the side opposite the 90 degrees. So if we have the hypotenuse, we simply have to divide it by 2 to get the length of the shorter leg. So 20 divided by 2 is 10. For the longer leg, we simply have to multiply the shorter leg with square root of 3. Let's proceed. Sine 60 degrees. Sine again is opposite over hypotenuse. So 10 and 20 can be simplified. That is 1/2. So I have square root of 3 over 2. Next one, cosine 60. Cosine is ka adjacent over hypotenuse. 10 and 20 again can be simplified, and that is 1/2. Tangent 60 degrees. Tangent is TOA. So we have opposite over adjacent. 10 and 10 will cancel out. Square root of 3 over 1, or simply square root of 3. Next one, we have the cosecant 60 degrees. Reciprocal of sine, so it will become 20 divided by 10 is square root of 3. 20 and 10 is 2. So I have 2 over square root of 3. Rationalize. Simplify. 2 is square root of 3 over 3. Secant 60 degrees. Reciprocal of cosine 60 degrees. So it will become 20 over 10. And 20 divided by 10 is equal to 2. Last one, cotangent 60 degrees. The reciprocal of tangent 60 degrees. This is 10 divided by 10 is square root of 3. 10 and 10 will cancel out. So I have 1 over square root of 3. Rationalize. Simplify. Square root of 3 over 3. Once again, let us combine and compare our answers for 6 trigonometric ratios of 60 degrees. Did you notice anything? Just like what we realized in the first two special angles, the 6 trigonometric ratios of 60 degrees remains the same even if you have different measurements of the sides of the triangles. It is because, again, trigonometric ratios of special angles do not depend on the measurement of the sides. For the summary of the trigonometric ratios of special angles, I have tabulated it here. 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees for sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent. Let us do extra challenge. Evaluate the following. So I have here two triangles. One is 45, 45, 90 degrees. The other one is 30, 60, 90 degrees. It will help us if we will recall SOHCAHTOA. Let us start with sine 45. So you focus your eyes on 45 degrees. If it is sine, so opposite over hypotenuse. So this is 45 degrees. Opposite 1 over hypotenuse is square root of 2. 1 over square root of 2. Rationalize that. It is square root of 2 over 2. Next, tangent 60. Tangent is what? TOA. Opposite over adjacent. This time 60 degrees. So focus your eyes on 60 degrees. Opposite over adjacent is square root of 3 over 1. Different denominators. Let us get the LCD. That would be 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1 times square root of 2 is square root of 2. 2 divided by 1 is 2 times square root of 3 is 2 is square root of 3. Copy the sign. So plus 2 is square root of 3. This is now our final answer because we cannot reduce this further to simplest form. Next one, secant 30. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine. If cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, then secant is hypotenuse over adjacent. So 30 degrees, look at 30 degrees and then hypotenuse, that is 2 over adjacent. So 2 over is square root of 3. Rationalize that, it will become 2 is square root of 3 over 3. Cotangent 60 degrees. Cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent. So if tangent is opposite over adjacent, then cotangent is adjacent over opposite. Focus your eyes on 60 degrees. 60 degrees, adjacent is 1 over opposite is square root of 3. Rationalize, that will be square root of 3 over 3. Same denominator, so we simply have to copy the denominator and add the numerator. 2 is square root of 3 plus square root of 3 is 3 is square root of 3 over 3. 3 and 3 will cancel out, so I have is square root of 3. Last one. This is quite tricky. Sine squared 30 degrees plus cosine squared 45 degrees. If you see a superscript or an exponent in between the trigonometric function and the angle, that simply means the sine of that angle is raised to the second power. So sine squared 30 degrees is just the same with sine 30 degrees squared. So this one is equal to cosine 45 degrees quantity is squared. Sine 30 degrees, here is 30 degrees. Sine is so opposite over hypotenuse. So 30 degrees, opposite 1 over hypotenuse. So 1 half. Don't forget it is squared, so 1 half quantity squared. Cosine 45 degrees, here is 45 degrees. Cosine is ka, adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent is 1 over hypotenuse. So 1 over square root of 2. Rationalize that. Square root of 2 over 2. Don't forget it is squared. Square root of 2 over 2, quantity is squared. 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, so this is 1/4. Square root of 2 squared is 2, and then 2 squared is 4. Same denominator, 1 plus 2 is 3, so 3 over 4. Now, it is time to check your understanding. Pause this video for more time. Let us answer. Find the value of the product of secant 30 degrees and cosine 30 degrees minus the product of tangent 60 degrees and cotangent 60 degrees. To help us visualize this, we're going to make use of 30, 60, 90 degrees triangle. And also, let us recall our SOHCAHTOA. Let's start secant 30. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine. If cosine is ka adjacent over hypotenuse, then secant is hypotenuse over adjacent. Here is 30 degrees. Hypotenuse is 2 over adjacent is square root of 3. So 2 over square root of 3. Rationalize that. 2 is square root of 3 over 3. Cosine 30. Here is 30. Cosine is adjacent, square root of 3 over hypotenuse. Tangent 60 degrees. Here is 60 degrees. Tangent, opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent. Square root of 3 over 1. Or simply, square root of 3. Cotangent 60 degrees is the reciprocal of tangent 60 degrees. So if tangent 60 is square root of 3 over 1, then cotangent is 1 over square root of 3. Rationalize, that will become square root of 3 over 3. 2 here will cancel out. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 3. So it could also cancel out with 3 here. So what remains on this portion is simply 1. Everything was canceled out. Here, square root of 3 times square root of 3 is also 3. And 3 can be cancelled with 3 here. What remains on this portion is also 1. So 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. Our final answer. Gets? Our next lesson is angle of elevation and angle of depression.